Welcome to TheStreet.com TV. This is Wall Street Confidential. I'm Farnoosh Torabi. Joining me here is Jim Cramer, markets commentator for TheStreet.com. Hi, Jim. All right, Johnson & Johnson was in the news today. They got an upgrade from UBS to neutral based on valuation.
Right.
So I'm curious, this is a stock that's in your sell block. So counter this valuation.
Well, I got to tell you that, remember how drug stocks trade? They trade on off-patent patent. And J&J did something that was curious, that I initially was fooled by, quite honestly. They made this huge acquisition of the consumer goods products of Pfizer, and I thought that they would integrate them into the J&J lineup, and it would be instantaneously profitable, and would also, I think, either mask or improve on the fact that there's so many drugs that come off patent at J&J. It hasn't worked so far. They did give this analyst meeting where they spoke very rosily, as they did on the previous quarter. Now, I think it's very interesting. The previous quarter was supposed to be a blowout quarter, and the stock's below the blowout quarter. Again, I think because when you look at when you try to analyze a drug stock, the first thing you need to analyze is what's coming off patent. The reason why Shearing has run from 18 to as high as 34 is they have almost nothing coming off patent. The reason why J&J is totally stalled is because they have the most coming off patent. I'll make this point, though. J&J is a great brand name with a great balance sheet and a decent dividend, which attracted Warren Buffett to it. I think people are very mistaken about J&J being a Band-Aid company. They should recognize that J&J is really an EPO company. It's a company that does, that's the Amgen product. And I feel, or it's a medical device product, of which its medical device stands very challenged. So I would urge people to recognize that UBS was right to have a sell on it. It's difficult to have a sell on it when it's come down from, say, 67 to 62. But they didn't go to a buy. And I don't think there's any reason to own J&J. And I have a lot of reasons not to own it, including the fact that it seems on the numbers more expensive than most of the other drug stocks.
Can I ask you once again, I know you've talked about this a lot, but just to reiterate, Buffett owns J&J.
Right.
And you said you can't trade with what Buffett's trading.
The guys with my research team put together very astute analysis. Dave Peltier was very good on this at Sanket Patel, which was this. Buffett's going to do well. But if you buy when it comes public that Buffett has bought, you've underperformed the S&P in most of the picks in the last 3 years. You can only measure a guy by that. That's really the only thing you really have. And it may not be his fault because it's like ActionAlertsPlus.com. I have to buy after people get their email. It's a lot better to buy before. And Buffett benefits from the bump up after, but the investors who piggyback don't benefit from that bump up. I find it when I go into StockPicker.com, it's much better to find obscure managers that have done well, like a Third Point, even though Dan Loeb shouldn't be obscure. If you buy Third Point, when Third Point buys PDLI, you make a lot of money, and the stock doesn't bump when they buy a lot. Atticus. I like Atticus very much. When they buy, you have done very well because, again, they don't get the bump when they report their holdings.
Got it. Thanks a lot, Jim Cramer. Wall Street Confidential on TheStreet.com TV. Don't go away.